Hi everyone, I'm Kaylin from Dr. Kayln Crafts a Lot, and I just wanted to welcome you to this video and thank you for taking the time to watch it. So today I'm going to share with you about my shop and about me and kind of what's going on in my shop. So here we go. I've had my Etsy shop since February 2016, and it really started out as here's all the blankets that I've stress knit, please buy them because I'm running out of money to buy new yarn to do more stress knitting. However, over the years I've really kind of taken to heart the idea of designing and making items that come from my heart in hopes that they can inspire others and help them through. So I've done some thinking and come up with a new mission statement. The goal of my shop is to inspire you to be the awesome you were created to be by providing handmade art that brings you joy, confidence, and inspiration to fight the battles you face in your life. If you've spent any time looking around my shop, you can see that most of my items fit into about 5 categories, and these are all categories from my life that I have found the inspiration to create these items, and they bring kind of inspiration to me, and hopefully they can bring it to you too. So I'll go into detail of all these categories, and I'm just going to list them for you first. So the first one is med school and healthcare related items. Second is Christian faith. The third is gymnastics. The fourth is eating disorder recovery. The fifth is kind of just general self-esteem for everyone. And then there are 2 items in my shop that are kind of random. So I hand knit baby blankets, and I also make rolled paper beads. And both of these kind of stem from, I have a lot of anxiety, and my anxiety likes to manifest itself in a physical way. So sitting still is hard for me, and I like to be knitting while I'm sitting there or rolling paper beads. It's really helpful for me. It helps me pay attention and helps my life go a little less stressful. I learned how to knit from my great-grandma when I was very young, and she passed away about 2 years ago now, so that's kind of something that holds a special place in my heart as well. And my rolled paper beads I actually learned to make in an art therapy class in treatment. And I use my leftover scrapbook paper from my other items, and so it's kind of my way of recycling as well. So hopefully you can enjoy those. So a little bit about me. As you can see from my Etsy shop topics, I have rather, seems to be strange anyways, a collection of different topics that I make things from and that are important in my life. And I'm a strong believer that everyone in life goes through different experiences, and they all shape you into who you're going to be, and that we have a lot to learn from each other, and that's kind of what makes us all unique and makes the world an awesome place, and why we always want to talk to people and get to know them and kind of see how it's going in their life. The biggest one is probably gymnastics. I started when I was about 3 and a half and started competing when I was 7. I started in USAG, what it was then level 5, and progressed up through the levels. And then I switched gyms for a while, competed MAGA, which is actually the Midwest Amateur Gymnastics Association. And then in 10th grade, I switched back to USAG. I actually moved out of my parents' house and lived with a set of my gymnastics coaches during the week so that I could train in a bigger facility. And made it through level 10, and then graduated from high school, went on to college, and ended up competing in college club gymnastics through the NAIGC. I feel like gymnastics has really shaped me into who I am. I've been through quite a few injuries. I've actually torn my left ACL 3 times. I've had some other injuries to go along with that, the ups and downs, and just kind of the roller coaster that, you know, life is. I experienced through gymnastics. So I really love gymnastics, and I want gymnastics to continue to be a big part of my life. I'm looking into being a judge possibly, and then also after I graduated from Ball State University in 2016, I started med school at Des Moines University, and I'm now a 3rd-year med student, just going to start my clinical rotations. My hopes is to become a pediatrician and to specialize in pediatric sports medicine so I can work with young athletes, specifically gymnasts, on the unique injuries that they get from gymnastics. I grew up always wanting to be a doctor, which is kind of interesting because there aren't any doctors or medical professionals really in my family at all. My dad's a farmer, my mom's a teacher, and so I'm not really sure where my love for the human body and for just how it works really came from, but to me that's like the most interesting thing in the world, is how the human body works and how it can heal itself and how it can do all of these amazing things such as, you know, gymnastics and even just living life, and, you know, our brain's crazy. So I grew up actually watching Discovery Health Channel on TV. I would come home from school and I'd watch like babies being born, which was kind of disturbing to my parents, but I was a bit of a strange child, so didn't really throw them off too much. And I had some injuries myself, had some experience with the medical field. My dad had a big injury that required some pretty extensive surgery, and through all of that I was like, yes, like being a doctor is what I want to do. As for my faith, I grew up in a Christian household and, you know, was raised in the church, had lots of friends in the church, really loved volunteering in the nursery. I love children. My parents are very connected in the church, and it's really something that's important to me in my life. So over the last couple years, I have kind of just been really busy. I went off to college, left my home church, had some things happen in my life, been through some rough patches, and through it all, I probably have not kept the best relationship with my faith as I would like to. So looking forward, that's one of the things that I really want to work on in my life. And finally, the two areas in my shop that I really, really enjoy making items for and putting them out there is my eating disorder recovery section and also my self-esteem section. So I have had an eating disorder since, long time. It's kind of been one of those things in my life. I was diagnosed not until college actually, but things really kind of started getting pretty serious in high school and having a really big impact on my life and my self-esteem and my gymnastics and all of my academics and everything. So I'll have another video more about my eating disorder later, but just wanted to let you know that I'm still struggling with it, unfortunately. I have been in and out of treatment a couple times. I see a therapist and a dietitian all the time, but it's still kind of a part of my life, unfortunately. So one of the things I love is to make art that really kind of, goes against the eating disorder and helps me in my recovery, actually. And I'm hoping that some of you can find some inspiration from that. And a big part of that is also the self-esteem part. So, I feel like I've been cut down a lot in my life, and it's not that I had a bad life, I don't know, vulnerable to low self-esteem, I guess. I'm a perfectionist and just, but I really like making items that, encourage you to be you. And, you're created to be this awesome person, and I think it's kind of up to us to really realize that potential. So now you know a little bit more about me and my shop, and I guess my goals going forward are just to spend a little more time on my shop. I'm not nannying anymore. I nannied for my first 2 years of med school while I was in Des Moines. Had some really great families that I worked for. I miss the kids a lot, but now with clinical rotations, I have moved to another state, and I will be here for the next year, and I have a little more time to, I think, focus on my Etsy shop, and I think that's how I'm going to, really make a difference in people's lives. Through my nanny kids, I got to see them every day and, be with them and help them through life and growing up. But I don't know, I just feel like this is kind of my outlet for, helping people. So I hope to upload videos probably weekly, hopefully, kind of just to get my story out there and, hopefully inspire people through my story and through my art, and, just help people to, be the awesome, you that you were created to be, as it says in my goal statement. So that's about my shop. So I'm planning on doing giveaways once a month and to kick off the rebranding of my shop and getting things out there for you. This first giveaway is going to include 3 items. So the first is just a notebook with one of the designs that I have made. So I found the quotes online. None of them are my quotes. I did the designing for these, found these quotes and put cool backgrounds with them and just designed them. Little inspirational bits. You'll find these designs on my magnets and some coasters and some other items that I have. So this is just a nice little notebook, cute little quote on there with one of my designs. And then the second item is a reusable shopping bag. So this one has a few more of my little quote pictures. I actually have a lot more than this in my shop, so if you like any of them, you can get them individually on my shop. And then the third item will actually be either a 5x7 or a 8x10 item of your choice with a frame. So whatever I have in stock in my shop at the time is what you can choose from. There are 4 ways that you can get entries to my giveaway. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can like and share this post on Facebook. You have to do both, no partial credit here, sorry. If you like me on Instagram, and also follow me on Pinterest, so you can get up to 4 entries each. The deadline for these entries is Wednesday, August 8th at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the winner will be announced by the end of the day on Thursday, August 9th. So I guess that's about me, that's about my shop, and here goes our first giveaway. Thanks, guys!